What's up guys, Salvation here. I got you a short commentary. It's not going to be an entire game commentary or 15 minute, but this is a 15-minute footage. It was not a, I wasn't able to get lots of footage on Caspian board, so I'm sorry for that, but this is all I can get because the games are really long on the PC. They're like around 30 to maybe 40 minutes. The shortest I ever gone was this one, so luckily I got this gameplay. I did decent. I didn't do like super well, but I was playing toward the objective. I didn't get much of a kill, so right now I just spawned into the jet. From what I heard, the first person who clicked the deploy in the beginning will get in the jet, so you automatically spawn in the jet. Or once you die and nobody's in the jet and you click on the US deployment or the Russian deployment, you spawn in the jet. So that's a quick learning I learned from it. Some things I learned about Caspian board. So I'm gonna discuss some Caspian board features. So vehicles, there are light tanks, jeeps, heavy tanks, helicopters, and jets. There's an anti-aerial, I think it's called anti-aerial, something like it, but it's like a minigun at the base and it shoots down jets and helicopters. So put that in mind. So jets aren't, from my experience, I hadn't got killed by a jet on the ground. It's pretty hard to kill someone on the ground with a jet. If you're really that good, then probably good. But some people thought it was gonna be abusive before the beta came out, but from what I learned, not really abusive. There are two focus on the air. There are 4 jets, 2 jets per team. So 2 jets on Russian, 2 jets on the US. So not much of an air action, but it was kind of fun. I was expecting like a large number of jets or medium number, but it wasn't that much. There's 1 helicopter per team, and there's a couple, I think there's maybe 2 tanks, 2 heavy tanks, and maybe 2 light tanks. I'm not sure, I haven't counted any. I've seen 3 jeeps on per team, I think. Yeah, there's 3 jeeps per team. Hopefully I'm right on that information. So the jeeps are really useful. That's the most used vehicle I've been using with my friends. Now from what I experienced on the map at Caspian border, why it's really long game is because the maps are really huge. If you play like in Battlefield Bad Company 2, such as let me think of a map off the top of my head, like Erica Harbor. If you try, like in the beginning when you try to run toward the objective, imagine that from the first objective, imagine that map sized out like 5 times. So that's how huge the map. Might be a little bit over exaggeration, but their maps are huge. So I recommend using vehicles. Take advantage of vehicles. They're really useful. I had some lag. There's lots of lag and glitches ever since the Caspian board turned off the server. So lots of lag and glitches. 64 players on PC. I'm not sure about console. So I'm doing this video for the console player who hadn't experienced it. But I'm pretty sure the experience on the console is pretty much similar, but maybe less like action packed as PC. But it was pretty hard. There is about 5 flags. 2 flags they're right next to a checkpoint, so you want to go there first, and the 3 center flags are what you want to fight. Now you see the hilltop, that little tower right there, you want to take control of that one first. And the forests are one of the greatest spawning points for a flag. I find that really spawnative. Now vehicles are really difficult to destroy, so right here I'm trying to get. When you destroy vehicles, for people who don't know, when you shoot an RPG, the first thing you're gonna do is damage it, and the second you're gonna disable it. Disabling it make it not movable, but you still can move the turret or at least shoot or something like that, but it can't move like drive. So that's something that I learned. And the dirt, a couple more shots, it will destroy it. So what I think about that, vehicles are a little bit too powerful to compare Bad Company 2. So hopefully something might do something, but I didn't get bothered too much by the vehicles. Destructions, there is no 2.0 destructions I discovered, meaning like collapsing buildings. I didn't got any collapsing buildings. I tried destroying everything, and right there I got killed by a tank. I was trying to destroy it with a repair tool, which is a fail. So that'll demonstrate how strong tanks are, how much health they have, and armor. They do have a lot of armor, and I hope you want to try to figure out a way tactics. Now, since the maps are really big, I had to spawn right next to my teammate all the time, and there's lots of spawn points. So you got 5 spawn points, actually 4, excuse me. 5, yeah. No, wait, let me see. 5 or 4. Yeah, no, actually 5. I believe it's 5 or 6. I'm not too sure. So there's 1 spawn point at your base, and there's 5 flags, so it probably gonna make 6 if I can remember correctly. So this is a really old gameplay. I hadn't got a chance to commentate. Right now I'm taking an opportunity to commentate. I'm running UMP. Now there is 6 spawn points. There's a lot of spawn points, and you can spawn your squad. I recommend you spawning on the flag over your squad, unless your squad is right next to the flag. So when you're taking a flag, spawn your squad. But if your squad is not near, is in the middle of nowhere, I recommend spawn a flag because the flags are more closer than usual. And right here, that's funny. I got a funny moment. I was knifing this guy, and the guy didn't do anything. He finally killed me. I wasn't able to get the other guy. I was expecting to come behind, but okay. So what I learned about, some people are wondering how you land a jet to get repaired. Now jets don't get repaired. I learned this lately, that if you fly around, if the base you spawn in, the US base, if you're US, you go to the US base. If you fly the jet right next to the US base, it will automatically get repaired, but at like a slow rate in air. So you end up landing a vehicle or get repaired, just fly around your base and you get repaired. So that's a great advantage if you stay in your base in a conflict or the war zone. So I recommend you, if you're using jets, stay near your base. Now the jets are only one person, so only one person can be in the jet. It's not two-player like the helicopter. The jets are fairly fast. There are Stinger missiles, but from what I experienced, like I said, there's no point of taking down jets. They don't do much. Helicopters, you might have to take issue with them. And here's a guy right here. So that's one of the jeeps that have mounted guns. The jeeps can hold about 3 people, maximum 3. 1 on the seat to shoot, 1 driver, and 1 guy on the MG. Right now I'm the US. I'm not sure. I think I'm the Russian. Yeah, I'm the Russian deployment right here. This is what Russian deployment looks like. So I'm right now looking for a jeep. So this is probably a boring part. I'm looking for a jeep to go in. Right here I got a jeep. Now these jeeps are pretty easy to get destroyed, but they go fast, like really fast. It's fun to drive. You can drive in third person and fourth person, so they still have the third and first person compatibility. I recommend you run an engineer on this map. Lots of it. Since there's lots of it, I recommend running an engineer because assault is almost useless, but the weapon makes it still accessible to the game. Because when there's not many people around you, that's the thing about it. Unless you're in the flag, at point at the flag end. So I would recommend you run an engineer because there's lots of vehicles around you, and you want to be a team player, so you repair all these team vehicles. Lately I had got some gameplays of repairing vehicles, but I find it boring because I die too much for attempting to repair. Now right here, I don't have a clue what my teammate's doing, so eventually I get split from the jeep, which is, I don't know what he's doing. He's flying right there. You see that right there? That is I think it's a US base. So if you wonder where the US base is, that is the base. And right here is like a huge field. So there's lots of huge fields between each flag. I wonder. I think the hilltop right there is the most open. There's not much cover. You can blow up as much walls. You can go on the tower. So you see that tower? You can actually go up there. I think there's one glitch I found, and I don't know what to call this, but when people get in the tower, they can jump off. When you jump off, you take out your parachute. You can put a radio beacon so you can spawn in the air. So I had some couple spawning in the air, and some people got in the jets and went up to the highest point, and they put the beacon in the air. I was wondering why I was flying. I was like, what the? So I asked my friends, what's going on here? They told me that somehow they put a beacon in the air. I had some fun with the towers. Now, friend, I saw a trailer. Lately, I have a trailer that shows the Caspian border tower falling down. They did not have that feature in the beta, so this is a beta gameplay. So they did not have that feature. Other than that, let's see what else I can talk about. There are, what do you call it, a mounted, I don't know how you say it, but it's like I don't know what the weapon's called, but it's a mounted RPG, and you can point at a vehicle. I tried killing some, but it didn't work as effective as I thought. So in my opinion, they should bump up the effectiveness of the launchers, destroy vehicles, into lots of launcher drops. So Stinger missiles don't work on vehicles, let you know. Any vehicles that are land. They work on helicopters and jets. My friend was wondering why it doesn't work on land vehicles, because it does not work for it. It's not built for it. Let's see. Now I recommend you running a what do you call it, anti-tank mine around bases, like such as your checkpoint. So the nearest flag you are at, most likely you can get pushed. Now there's lots of fences. So right there is a fence, and I would never, ever. I recommend you do not go through the fences. Like, they take forever. There's like 3 levels of fence you got cut through. And every time I do it, most of the time I die. So I wouldn't recommend you run toward the middle of the field and going through the fences. So don't do that. It's kind of stupid for me to do it, but I do it quite a few times. But unless it's like really desperate, then I would recommend you go through them. But right here, I got in Jeep. So this is first person. First person is pretty fun. I prefer third person because you can see everything, but you can ride in first person. I kind of like first person because it's more fun, more realistic. I'm just not comparing realistic to games, but it just happens to be in Battlefield since it's a big, like attribute to Battlefield since it's really close to realism. But a game can never reach realism. It's not about the realism, but it's about the gameplay of the game. So don't worry about that. And there's an anti-tank mine right there. I died, I think. Pretty sure it died. Yeah. So you use anti-tank mines, like I said. Use them a lot around the flags are because tanks they completely destroy you if you're right next to a flag. You try and take a flag by yourself and you say tank, they will completely destroy the team. So, and they get more advantage of taking down flags. Now flags, if you never played Conquest before, if you get there's a certain radius in Call of Duty you have to stand the flag, but in Battlefield there's a certain radius that it's like a large area radius. Like in the forest, if you're actually in the forest, it will start capturing it, and the flag takes a long time to take down. So you want your squad near you. So I recommend always stick with your squad, but most of the time when you play public lobby, you're always separated, so that's not a good idea to run something like that. Let's see. Vehicles when oh yeah, one thing about the jets, the moment you get shot with a missile and you're on the right, it shows your jet's damage or the sit rep of your jet. It'll tell you the damage, and if it turns orange and it's like lighting flaring at the back flickering, that means your jet is completely destroyed. You would want to press the eject button. If you can't press the eject button, you're most likely gonna die because you can't repair it even if you're near the base. I've tried doing that. I got shot and I wasn't able to get some repairing thing. So once your jet is on fire or something like that, it's done. It's completely done. So I press the button to exit the jet or eject. So we'll do that. Right here, I'm trying capturing the flag by myself, so you can see how difficult it can be captured. Now, I didn't get much of a support from my squad here, so I'm trying my best to capture it by myself. If you're running with your friends, always don't spread out. I wouldn't recommend you spread out that tactic, like one friend goes to one flag and another friend goes to the other. I recommend you go in a squad or a group, because it's just faster in my opinion, and have a vehicle right next to you. So having a vehicle and having a squad together is perfect idea to running the Caspian border map. Now from what I heard, the console version is going to be toned down. The maps are going to be a little bit smaller. It might take out one flag, it might not, and that is something I can't confirm because I don't have a console and they didn't have the console, the Caspian border console on the beta. So hopefully the console is the same concept, same map. It's gonna have less players, that's for sure, because I don't know, the internet service or the performance on the console can't reach the standards of that. I do not mind playing on the console. I think I had a chance to play on the console for quite a long time. I only tried Caspian Border once on the Operation Metro on the console once. It's the same feeling as a PC, but PC seems more epic. But I just enjoy it more on console, mainly because I have more friends on consoles. So I personally like a console as a social type of gaming. But PC, I have lots of friends too, and more friends play on the PC, so on the Battlefield 3 better than the PS3. So I've been playing on lots of PC gameplays, and this is probably my last PC gameplay I will be posting for Battlefield 3, since I deleted most of my other clips because they were taking lots of hard drive space. Fraps just totally shreds my 1 terabyte. I get like 400 gigs left for the entire beta. I used up pretty much almost 1 terabyte. And each time I upload a video, I will delete it, so that's why I still have plenty of space right now. Other than that, I hope you're enjoying this video. And this video is coming to a slow end. It's like 1 minute of the game, and I hope you enjoy it later.